Yeah, what's up? Base Boxing Basement, Triple B right here. And remember to like, and subscribe if you're here for the first time, because, you know, we got to keep those disgusting, bitter haters away from ruining the channel. And yeah, so I'm talking about the big fights that happened at the weekend in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. You know? Tyson, Fury, Alexander Usyk, and the other fights that were on the bill. I'm just going to freestyle this, man. I'm going to freestyle this. We'll get to the main fight later, just quickly. It was a decent bill. Decent bill. There are a couple of good fights on it. You know, Moses Itauma is a heavyweight. You got to keep his eye on him. He knocked that guy called Ilya Mizhenchev in the second round, so went past the first round. That's his first KO beyond the first round. Ilya looked like a fat, overweight, but large teenager. No surprise to see him banged out. They had eyes at Lowe, Tyson Fury's alleged cousin, although he seems to have thousands of cousins, including Andy Lee. He beat a guy called Hazibullah Ahmadi from Afghanistan. He's not bad, Isaac, but, you know, he's a midget. Let's get him on to fight the Prince, who I had on the channel, which I hope you enjoyed. He was charismatic. We kept the Corey talk down to a minimum, but check out that live. Sergei Kovalev, I don't know if he's still fighting. He's Robin Sirwan Safard. I mean, Kovalev at his best was so impressive, so hard hitting. He got robbed a bit because he's from Russia. He's not from America, so they robbed him against Andre, son of the judges and son of the referee Ward. He lost on points to Robin, who's allegedly from Sweden, but he doesn't look like it. But, you know, I mean, he's got to retire, man. He's got to retire. And then we had the big fight, Joe Cordina vs. Anthony Cacace. I don't know. I mean, Cacace stopped Cordina in an extremely impressive performance with a TKO in 8 rounds. Now, I was like, there's Cacace, I assume that's how you pronounce it. He's half Irish, half Italian. Yeah. I assume the Irish would take him as their own. I believe he's a Catholic. And he fought Cordina. Now, Cordina, I've always said, is one of them fighters that just doesn't look that interested. He's good. He picked his game up when he went to a certain gym that liked eggs. And he suddenly started to hurt people and knocked them out. I thought he'd get beaten by Rakhimov. He didn't. But I thought this guy Cacace was way out of his league. But no, he got beaten up. He looked terrible at the weigh-in. But that's his fault. There's no one else to blame. You know, make the weight properly. That's your fault. And you got a beat down. So they've taken off another UK world champion, but zap Cordina off. Cacace, you say, well, he's from Northern Ireland, so he's technically from the United Kingdom and the British Isles of Northern Ireland or whatever. But nah, man, he's Irish clearly, and he beat him down. That's the end of Cordina. He doesn't bother me. Cordina lost me. I was never a fan, but he lost me when he said, Lauren Price does some amazing things in the ring. Well, I walk forward with a huge stupid look on her face and flail away with arm punches, you know, most of which are missing. And what? This is amazing work? Come on, get out of here, man. You're a shill. Get out of here. Agit Kabayel, yeah, scored a massive victory. KO 7 over Frank Sanchez, dropping him with the body shots. Some people said Sanchez threw the fight because he was knocked down by a body shot, a jab to the solar plexus. But nah, man, he was hurt before. When you're hurt with body shots, they stay in you for a good couple of minutes, man. And the final shot was it was a jab, but it was right on the solar plexus. I said before in the live, I said Sanchez is overrated. As soon as people hear Cuban heavyweight, they're like, oh, he's got to be really good. Cuban heavyweights have generally failed to impress, you know. I remember Jorge Luis Gonzalez, who I really liked. You know, he looked like his wig had fallen down the back of his head, like a, what's it called, a pubic wig, a merkin, Merkin falling down the back of his head. But he got beaten up by Riddick Bowe and a bunch of other guys. Some guy called Brian Scott, some white hillbilly journeyman. And, you know, these guys, especially the heavyweights, the Cubans, they flatter to deceive, right? And even the Cuban fighters lowered down. Yeah. And they used to dominate amateur boxing. They don't do that anymore. They don't do that anymore. And I said, Sanchez, his work rate is weak. I've never been impressed by him. People are like, no, he's too good for Kabayel. I'm like, okay. I just dropped a tenner on Kabayel. And sure enough, he's done the business. He's done the business. And he needs to be there. Right? As a challenger for the heavyweight title. But the heavyweight title's all wrapped up. But, you know, we'll see. Opetaia beat Maurice Breidis again. I didn't put money on this, I'm annoyed, but I said, look for Opetaia to win on points. Because Breidis is tough. He's in super shape. He's never been put over. People are going, he'll stop him this time. I was like, I don't know, man. I think Opetaia will win better, but he'll win on points, and it'll be a tough fight. And it was. Chubby's like the mystic Meg of boxing. I'm like, I look at in the crystal ball and I know what's going to happen. Except the main fight. I said Tyson Fury points controversially, and it was close. What I mean by that, it could have easily gone to Tyson Fury. I thought they were going to lean towards Tyson Fury because they want to see Fury vs. Gay J, Anthony Joshua, who, by the way, was sitting ringside. Yeah, chatting, whispering sweet nothings to Cristiano Ronaldo, who, apart from Joshua, is the fruitiest big-name sportsman, right, in the world. You know what I'm saying? They looked like they were getting on. Ben behind me, honey, was probably gutted. He goes, no, Cristiano's going to steal Gay J from me. I've just fought off AKA Skins to get to the throne. And now the throne's going to be taken away. And Gay J is going to get bate with Cristiano Ronaldo. But the main fight, you know. I said I don't mind. I think so. You could have a Tyson Fury win on points, Usyk win on points, or even a draw. I hate draws. I don't buy them. I was glad it wasn't a draw, right? But most people, allegedly, if you believe social media and boxing apps, thought Usyk won. But I think that there's a possibility 7-5 in rounds to Fury, with a 10-8 round to Usyk, which have Fury winning by 1 point. And one of the judges had it in that way as well. Craig Metcalf, whoever he is. Probably he was bought. But, I don't know. In some ways, it was a bit flat. It was a bit disappointing, right? I didn't see... When you got two of the best fighters in the world, now I've said this before, often real good fighters cancel each other out. You don't see them at their best, right? If you put them in against a guy below their skill set, a level below, they'll batter them, and you're like, this guy's amazing. Like, Opetaia vs. Ellis Zorro, Opetaia vs. Jordan Thompson, but Opetaia vs. Breidis obviously is a serious match because they're both very good fighters. So we've got the same thing here. But, you're talking about undisputed heavyweight title fight. Allegedly the first in 25 years, if you believe that nonsense, which doesn't matter. But Usyk looked slightly slow. He looked like he slowed a bit. Tyson Fury, his body looked disgusting. He looked like a 45-year-old. I think he's done. He looked awful. How can you not get in better shape when you're fighting for £100 million prize, man? He's aged badly, Fury. And people go, oh, his body's never that good. Yeah, I know that. It isn't, but it could be. It could be. If you'd actually put a little bit of work in, a little bit more work in, sorry, I should say. And I think his body's done. It looks terrible. He's aged badly. His punch resistance has gone. That shot from Usyk that almost dropped him, He got standing count, but he was all over the shot. By Usyk, I mean, that wasn't a great shot. And you go, oh, how do you know? You went in there, Triple B. I said, listen, man, I watched thousands upon thousands and thousands of boxing matches. I can tell a good shot to a decent shot to an okay shot to a rubbish shot. This was an okay shot. But it had him all over the place. The big lard ass falling all over the place. And people are like, oh, it should have been stopped. No, well, no, it shouldn't. Because Fury went on to make the distance. Yeah? It shouldn't have been stopped. I mean, the standing count, technically he's following the rules. Would Usyk have stopped him by the end of the round? I don't, put him over? Nah, man, you had to let it go on. This is the undisputed heavyweight champion. Oh, he should have stopped. That's the gayest shit I ever heard. But Fury's chin resistance looks gone, man. He recovers well, but it's gone. That wasn't a great shot. It's from a cruiserweight, a gap-toothed middleweight who looks like a rabbit. Right? And no heavyweight champion's ever had a body as bad as Fury in this fight. You might the occasional guy in the 80s like Tony Tubbs, looked chubby, Tim with a spoon, and they were good fighters, but they didn't look as bad as Fury, and also they underperformed because they were out of shape. So what do we get, man? What do we get? Well, allegedly now we've got a Usyk Fury rematch. I don't particularly care for it. I hate automatic rematches. This one was close, so you could say it's fair. And what happened? Well, I want to see Fury get Jay. That's the big fight, and I thought that there would be some kind of setup to deliberately give Fury the decision so you could see Gay Jay fight Fury for the biggest fight of the century. It didn't happen. But then, maybe they're pushing the Ukrainian thing. Even Tyson said, well, they lean towards Fury. They lean towards Usyk for the Ukrainian war, theme. And everyone's going, I can't believe it. Fury's trying to blame the Ukraine war for his loss. I'm like, well, actually, he's got a point. All these things make a difference. Yeah, I believe they leant towards Usyk because they wanted that Usyk story, that Ukraine story. But, in one way or another, as I said, it could have gone any way as far as I'm concerned, including a draw. But I've got no problem with the decision. No problem. And what happens next? Well, I guess a rematch. Right? Will Gage ever fight Fury? I don't know. Probably not. I said even 2 years ago, I don't think this fight will ever happen. Yeah. And then apparently the IBF going to strip Usyk, which he knew anyway. The IBF very aggressive in their stripping. And he got Daniel Dubum fighting Filip Urgovic for the vacant title. And Gage will fight the winner. So that's 2 fights away. Gage. Right? And then Fury will fight Usyk. So, if Gage Fury ever happens, number one, it relies on them all, Gage and Fury winning. But it's a passage of time now. That's at least a year away. And you know what you get with Fury. They call him an enigma. Oh, I've never seen anyone like him. Basically, he's a lazy, fat, big mouth. But he's brought some stuff to boxing. But the main thing I thought when I was watching it, I was going, this is not that great. Neither of these guys look that good. There was a point in the middle rounds when Fury started to box well. And I thought, okay, cool. He landed the uppercut. But he blew. He ran out of gas. And he got hit on the chin. And I think Tyson Fury is bored, man, in his silk pajamas, in his Morecambe mansion, running around with his 8 kids. He can't be asked anymore. And the Fury family ages terribly. Look how old they get. So yeah, ultimately, I would say it fell flat, the fight. It didn't seem. I mean, it was an exciting fight. I thought it'd be a lot more messy, a lot uglier. But neither of them looked that great. That's all I say. Neither of them looked that great, And it's a bit flat. We're left a bit flat. Also, Fury, like I said, he looks like he's been done. Like for years, I said, years. Even when Joshua was champion, I said, Tyson Fury will stand Gay J on his head. But now, no, I don't. Gay J's looked after his body, albeit with the supplements and PEDs and therapeutic usage exemptions, but he's always in great shape. And Fury's a big fat pig, a pink pig, right? And yeah, his chin seems to be going. I would, right now, if you put Fury, Gay J, and Gay J looks good since he linked up with the hairstyler guy, Ben Davison. So, you know, I believe, I don't know, man. It's certainly an even fight. And maybe I lean towards Gay J. Because Gay J can punch. Of course he can punch. He's got all the PEDs in him. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad weekend's boxing. I felt a bit bitter having to pay $23.99 as a DAZN subscriber, even though I paid the monthly charge. I was given £1. A special promotional price of £1 off. Imagine that, man. Imagine that. But I'm left a bit flat, you know. I'm left a bit flat by all this. I would have expected, as I said, the main problem I have is that neither of them looked that good. Neither of the guys, Fury nor Usyk, was very impressive. Usyk looked knackered at the end. He struggled, which is fine because Tyson's huge. Tyson had his moments with his boxing, but, you know, I just felt like I was looking at two hand-me-downs, you know, two guys that were shot. And maybe that's the case. Maybe they're gone now. Maybe they're gone. Maybe they finished. Anyway, guys, peace in the Middle East. I hope you enjoyed the show.